Hello, this is Marbozir and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. So, let's continue where we left off, and before I leave Crucible Keep, I want to find this document that we're supposed to find in here. It has to be somewhere. I assume it's going to be in one of these rooms, like either this one or maybe this one. It has to be somewhere around here. So I could maybe wait for the guard to leave. I should have high enough mechanic skill to open all of these.
I'm on the trail.
Right, let's sneak around a bit. And we'll take a look. Unlocked. Unlocked. That's just money. Okay. I probably shouldn't be stealing. But alright. Doesn't look like I actually lost any reputation, so it's fine. Need to keep an eye on that guard though. Don't need any of that. Okay, so it's not here. I didn't check this one yet.
A simple test.
Oh, I will have to use lockpicks? No, I should have high enough mechanic skill. Who has the highest mechanic skill anyway? Let's see, I'm not actually sure. 0. 0. I might not actually have anyone with 4 mechanics skill. Okay. 3 is the highest mechanic skill I got. Alright.
I can do that.
Well, let's pick it anyway.
Settled.
And Aloth leveled up, really? Okay, what's this? I don't think that's actually relevant
Hey.
to any of my quests, but I'll pick it up anyway. Right, so Aloth leveled up, that was unexpected. Can I get next tiered spells now? Maybe. Anyway, lore, I don't need lore. Mechanics, not on a wizard, that's not super useful. Let's pick up some survival and athletics. Alright, next. Yeah, I can only pick tier 3 spells, that's fine. I learned all the spells that I could learn from the books that I had. So, yeah, I'm not actually sure which ones of these are useful. Arcane Dampener. Creates a nullifying field of antagonistic magical energy around the chosen point, suppressing all beneficial effects on enemies in the area of effect. That's interesting, but seems a bit situational. Lowers speed and movement of enemies in the area of effect. Draining Touch. The caster's hand becomes a toxic parasite, blah blah blah. That's a single target damage spell. Okay. It drains 30 corrode damage as endurance. Interesting. What's this? Increases speed and movement while draining own endurance. That's not very good. Oh, maybe this one. -5 damage reduction. Oh, this is nice. Bears the enemy's combat vulnerabilities for all to see, reducing their damage reduction, deflection, and concentration. This is actually nice, I might pick this up. And this is an AoE. Yeah, I think I'll grab that one. But I'll check the other spells real quick. What's this? Nah. Noxious Burst. That's an AoE, which will hit everyone. And this one? Right, I like this one. That's a very useful debuff. Let's pick that up then. So, oh yeah, class talents. Bonus, 2nd level spell, I don't think I actually need that. What about these? +5 damage reduction bypass. Okay, I think I'll grab that then. Yeah, I like that. Done. So, now I need to actually use that spell that I picked up in my book. Let's have a look. What do I want to replace? Good question. What was this again? Extra deflection. That is useful. I like the fireball, but I also like the crackling bolt. These are both kind of situational. Yeah, the fireball is quite nice. 27 to 37. But the crackling bolt is potentially higher damage. But smaller area of effect. I'm not going to remove the bounding missiles, I like them. I could always remove the defensive spell. Screw it, let's get rid of that. Done. Alright. So, I still need to find that document, affidavit or whatever. Maybe it's here? Well, let's take a look. Just avoid guards. Get out of here. Nothing to see here. Move along.
See what I can find.
We're totally not sneaking around waiting for you to leave. Alright, let's check this out.
A simple test.
That's not useful. That's just a book. Not relevant for me. I guess I can grab it anyway. Oh, that's it. We got it. So, next step. Bring it to Koren. Where exactly is Koren? Oh, in Brackenberry. Alright. I might go continue this quest then. And since I'm already sneaking around, let's check this out too. What's this? Edict of Arrest. Okay, that might be useful. Signed by Commander Cliver. Calls for the arrest of Eorn. Well, that might be useful. I don't think I have any quest that deals with that, or do I? No, new task, unwanted. Find Eorn. Alright, so that was a very useful room for us. Let's get out of here and go to Brackenberry. I'll just continue this Rogue Knight quest. Might as well finish it before I move on to other things. Come on, slackers, we're leaving. Haven't you heard? Chop chop. Bye. So, off we go to Brackenberry. Not too far. In fact, the zone is right here. Alright, what do we need here?
But if your dukes ordered you to return home...
The safety of the Republic.
Yeah, hold on, what exactly did we need here?
If I do what needs
Rogue
to be done,
Knight.
there'll be time enough to beg
Shut up.
forgiveness when the dust settles.
100 house. Okay, what exactly is that?
You must do what you feel is best.
I'm not sure
I understand.
what I'm looking for. Interesting. Well, let's look around then, but I'm not sure what exactly I'm supposed to be looking for. Okay, so I made a cut here because I basically spent a while just running around the city. I had a chat with Osric at the expedition hall and there were no new dialogue options. I also had a chat with Penhelm again, back at the Crucible Keep, and there are no new dialogue options either. And I can't find Kuren. I have no idea where he is. He's not in Brackenberry. At least I couldn't find him in Brackenberry. So, I'm going to check out the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. I've not been there at all yet, and I have at least one quest. So here we are.
I'd wager there are more than
Let's
a few
look around.
books in here.
Maybe talk with a few people. Nope. That's no one important apparently. The woman barely glances up from the tomes on the table as you approach. You're welcome to browse the stacks, but mind you that you keep your voice down. This is still a temple after all, and Grimda doesn't tolerate disorder. Who's Grimda? Why, she's the High Archivist. She's one of the most accomplished scholars alive today. Nothing goes on here without her knowing about it. Almost nothing anyway. You should probably tread lightly around her today. And why is that? This is a temple, it looks like a library. Her eyes grow wide and round. That's because it is! Whale is the god of mysteries and answers, encryption and decryption, concealment and revelation. She raises her hands to the rows and shelves. Its guidance comes from the understanding of the unknown and the protection of hidden knowledge. The Hall of Revealed Mysteries was built to celebrate that. That doesn't really answer my question. It's a fair point, it doesn't. Yes, it is a library of sorts. Temples dedicated to whale tend to hold vast stores of knowledge. We use that knowledge to unravel and preserve the mysteries of the world. Alright, well, let's have a look around then. Anyone we can talk with? Let's have a chat with Grimda, I suppose.
How do you do?
Okay. An elderly dwarf surveys the stacks. Her skin looks as tough and wrinkled as a walnut. Despite her stature, she manages to look down her nose at you. You're welcome to look around, but let the priests and scriveners continue their search. Wouldn't do to give them any other excuses. Okay. What are they looking for? Maybe I could find it? Honest too. She sizes you up, stroking her chin. And I could trust you to bring it back, I suppose? You certainly couldn't do worse than this lot anyway. So, she reacted like this because of my honest reputation. That's what this means, I assume. Thieves made off with the ancient scroll of Whale. They intend to blaspheme by selling that which should remain hidden, a secret of the 100 Visions. The guards caught one of them but were overzealous in their interrogation. All they could piece together was something about a farmhouse and the road to Deerwood. Okay? Track the thieves down. I don't care what you do with them, but bring back the scroll. Whale rewards the persistent seeker, and so do I. What else do you need? Okay, I had questions about the missing scroll. Tell me what you know about the thieves. Very little, except that they were foolish to believe they could steal from the God of Secrets. That, and they were fleeing to a farmhouse. Okay? I don't have enough perception for anything else. What's so special about this scroll? Whale is the God of Secrets. If I told you that, I would cheapen it, wouldn't I? It's a parable. The kind that nourishes the inquisitive mind and poisons the foolish. So, let's talk about the theorems. An animancer named Nadine asked me to retrieve the theorems of Pangram from the Elder Archives. Grimda's impressive frown deepens. Thank you for letting me know. I'll be sure to tuck that tome away from prying eyes. And see that this Nadine never sets foot in here again. In the meantime, here, a token of our appreciation. Well, I got a minor positive with the Defiance Bay. And that's that. We got a new task. Also, I got some level ups. Let's see, yep. Sagani leveled up. Endurance has a level up. And Paladina. Okay. Did that close the quest then? I think it did. Which one was it? Yeah, this one. Right. Okay. So we're done here? I still don't know where to find that current person. And I looked pretty much everywhere. Well, he's definitely not here. He's supposed to be in Brackenberry, but I just couldn't find him in Brackenberry. So I don't know. I might go back to Onja's gift to look for Vienna. I have quite a few quests still. A few in Defiance Bay. I still got the Wailing Banshee quest that's back at the lighthouse. But I have no clue what to do with this one. Maybe I'll find that current person later on the way to other things. But let's go back to Onja's gift for now. See if we can find Vienna there. She's supposed to be in an abandoned house.
Does your fox bite?
Yes.
Can I pet him anyway?
It's your hand.
I'm gonna pet him.
Okay, back to Onja's gift we go. Okay.
You've been on your own for 5 years,
I've had Ichima.
but you can't talk to him.
My standards changed around year 2.
Abandoned house. Might be ready here. Let's find out. Yep, there are some people here. As you enter the room, you see several figures huddled together. They stand at attention, armed but not in matched gear, like the crucible knights. At the center of the room, one woman looms over another, holding a flail. She snarls at the cowering figure. You've got pages of research here. You expect me to believe this was just your scratch work. It's nothing, I promise. Just my notes. That's Vienna. You hear a painful smack as the woman backhands her captive. We know you were meeting with the Crucible Knights. You think they're the only ones with power in this city. They call us the Dozens for a reason. Now I won't ask you again. At a nudge from one of her men, the woman turns and sees you watching. Her eyes narrow. You shouldn't be here. Let her go and I'll pretend I never saw this. It's too late for that. Okay, hey, I don't mind. Let's fight then. I will reposition a bit first. So... Right, I think I'm going to use our new AoE debuff. That will lower their damage reduction, so that's definitely useful. What else? Use the aura, why not? And I can mark a target. Plus 20 damage against marked targets, that's good. Let's mark Dodwina then. Other than that, combusting ones, because why not? Anyone else? Oh, also, Paladina. What can she use here? I guess I should use this. What was that again? Oh yeah, extra accuracy aura, right. And she can tank and target. And Eder can tank and target as well. Maybe hit that mercenary over here. Come on. And use a knockdown. So, who else needs something to do? Let's see. Right, Sagani needs something to attack. And... Marbs. Mind Blades. That's always good to use. Alright, everyone has something to do. What about the fox? There. And back to Jurans. Responded blows, that was reduced accuracy aura. Actually no, that's not an aura, is it? Yeah, it is, AoE. There, that works. Well, this is a pretty easy fight, from the looks of it. Let's just use Arcane Assault. Improved Arcane Assault. There, and they are almost all dead already. That was a simple fight. One more mercenary. Come on, kill him.
Leave it to me.
There, they are all dead. Vienna's face is covered in bruises, and her eyes are wide with shock and relief. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Rapid hitching breaths punctuate her words. I was sure they were going to kill me. She wipes a tear from her cheek, wincing as her knuckle grazes a bruise. What just happened here? I thought I was coming here to meet my friend from the Republics. It looks like I was walked into a trap. The Dozens must have been watching me for a while. I'd been working on a special project for the Crucible Knights, and they weren't exactly supple about contacting me. It deals with a rather rare branch of animancy. No offense, but I probably shouldn't get too specific without Commander Cliver's permission. He commissioned it, after all. And you can see the trouble a little indiscretion has gotten me into. Okay. So let's get out of here then. Commander Cliver of the Crucible Knights is waiting on my research. Not that you haven't already done a lot for me, but maybe you could take it to him. I'd kept it with me to prevent it from falling into the wrong hands, but you can see how well that worked out. She took it from me when I arrived. Anyhow, don't wait on me. I can make my own way out of here. Alright. So let's pick up the loot. We got a weapon and some armor. I'll check that out in just a moment. Actually, hold on, that should go to someone else, I suppose. Okay. Anything else? So, give Vienna's research to dunston. We'll go there. Camping supplies? I don't need that. So let's check out... what was that? The flail? Is it any good? 30% of grazes converted to hits. Extra accuracy, which not terrible. And what else did I pick up? Not this. Was it the pistol? That's actually not bad. Maybe I'll use it. I could use it on Durance. Maybe. I like the damage reduction bypass. Alright, let's use it on Durance. As for Aloth... right, I think I can give him the Scepter. Yeah, I can give him the Scepter. I should have done that earlier, I suppose. Is it actually better? It's slightly better than his wand? Not by much, but it's slightly better. Alright, fine. There you go. So let's go back to the Crucible Keep. We're done here. Anything else I need in Unjust Gift?
Never before have I met
Not
an
right
Obsidian
now.
man so hesitant
I'll have to go to the
speak
Salty
his mind.
Mast at some point.
I'm not hesitant. I
To continue that quest with Serel or whatever her name was.
Consider my words
But
carefully.
back to Crucible Keep for now. And I might go outside of the city after this. Either back to the
He hated me
stronghold
anyway. I
to
was
do some
glad to
endless
be gone.
paths, or maybe
The
check
youths
some
are my
zones,
parents
you
now.
know, outside
They
of the
will
Fiance
be
Bay.
my children.
That's an interesting way of looking at it.
But anyway, first we need to talk with Commander Cliver. Come on, chop chop. Actually no, I need to talk with Dunston, right? Yes. Okay then. Let's have a chat with Dunston. Come on, Dunston. So, give him Vienna's research. I think this is what you've been looking for. Commander Cliver said you're working with an Animancer to build Forged Knights. Hey, we can talk about that, I suppose.
So much for his talk of secrecy. Aye, I'm building Cleaver's Metal Warriors. He says they're what we need to keep order in Defiance Bay, so...
And you need Vienna's research to complete them. She's been working out a method to transfer the souls into the armor. Getting the process just right is critical. So, well, let's give him the research
That's
then.
what Cleaver's been looking for anyway. If you found it, I guess I've got to start.
You don't sound too happy about this. I'm not. And I've made it clear to Cleaver that this is a mistake. Trying to harness souls like this. It's a crime against the gods. And it's bound to earn us more trouble than it saves. But Cleaver's given me his orders. So I've got to build these things the best I can. Anyway, Cleaver's told me I am to sell you any arms or armor you might want. You won't find any better anywhere in Defiance Bay, I can promise you that.
Time to see if that Valian was worth all that blood and copper.
Okay then.
I'll be damned. To be honest, even I wasn't expecting it to work this well.
Okay.
Back to it. Cleaver will want me to finish the rest of them. And it sounded like he has a job for you, too.
So, let's see what we can buy. I should have a lot of stuff to sell. Let's see. I don't think I want to sell every single shield. I'll keep at least one. I'll just keep one each. As in, one weapon each. Okay, sell. Armor. Oh, we got... Never mind, that's not very good. So, what can we buy here? 9,000? That sounds expensive. Damage bypass, 200 sword. Grants Blizzard. Inflicts -5 all defenses for 5 seconds on hit. That's pretty good, but I can't actually afford that. 200. Well, the actual good weapons are very expensive, from what I can see already. Maybe some armor. 14 damage reduction. Okay. Plus 20 defense against prone attacks. Plus 3 damage reduction against freeze. Plus 4 damage reduction. Okay. 16 damage reduction. Well, I could buy the highest damage reduction armor I can find on this guy, which would be 16 from the looks of it. Yeah, that would be 16. That's 4,500. Not that bad. That's more than half of my money at the moment, though. 10 damage reduction, 14 damage reduction for 3,000. That seems slightly more reasonable, perhaps? Yeah, 14 damage reduction for 3,000 isn't bad. I'm basically paying 1,500 for extra 2 damage reduction on the exceptional plate armor. I'll think about it. Let's have a chat with Cliver. Apparently, he had something for us. But I might buy an armor before I leave this place. It's not like I'll spend my money on anything else other than stronghold upgrades. Was there more you needed me to do?
Dunston will complete the first squad of Forge Knights in no time. Now the High Justice will want to have his Forge Masters at Fleetbreaker Castle create more. I've made a copy of Vienna's research, and the High Justice has sent a courier to Anslog's Compass to retrieve it. The dozens have gotten too active for the courier to come to Defiance Bay, and after Vienna's kidnapping, we've got to assume they know about our plans. That's why I'm sending you to deliver the research. You shouldn't be recognizable to the dozens. Yet.
Alright. High Justice. That sounds big. But after this, I expect they learn of your association with us. And they won't be too happy about it. Neither will the Dominals. They're trying to expand their family business. And they resent us for standing in the way. Consider it done. Well, I could refuse, but... these guys are fine.
Anslog's Compass is a small lagoon just north of Defiance
Yeah,
Bay.
we've been there.
Your contact will be a commander named Arenroad. She'll meet you by the docks. Return to me when you've finished. The High Justice has made the expansion of the Forge Knights his top priority, which means it's mine as well.
Alright. Well, that's that then. So, I'm going to finish this part here and continue in next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.